Okay, we're back. Talking, Vern was busy describing the House of Health, and we were going to talk about his cycling, the way he was going to cycle through all that stuff. I'm actually very excited about it. I think it gives Pahrump a need other than just, like I say, they can tune in. If they miss it in the morning, they can tune in the evening.
It puts the medical profession in everybody's home,
Yeah.
is what it does. And we have 51% seniors here in Pahrump, which use doctors quite often. The uniqueness behind this program is that the House of Health is the 2-hour block, which we plan on beginning it with 12 5-minute segments, and we're going to go to 24, and then we're going to expand that out 3 times over.
What are they going to see in those 5-minute segments?
In a 5-minute segment, we're going to introduce someone, which should be a practitioner of some type, doctor, specialist, whatever, his office. Maybe a special procedure that he might do that nobody else does. You get to meet his staff. You get to meet him a little bit. You get to meet see the opportunity of how and what he has to provide for his practice to a special, unique individual. Maybe even some testimonials to that doctor. This is, yes, I love this guy. I've been going to him for 2 or 3 years. He's been really proficient for me, and he's helped me solve my problem. I'm very happy. It could be, even if we went into the area of, a cardiologist, or if we went into podiatrist, or if we went into maybe a pediatric care, all those people, we need to know who they are before we go see them.
Yeah, so it may be a way for you to meet your doctor without actually going in to meet your doctor.
It really is.
Something to learn about that practitioner before, you want to do, whet your appetite a little bit before you go in there.
It's like shopping for doctors in a way, but you're getting a real good feeling of who they are and how they speak about themselves. But it goes a little bit further than that. If a doctor says, or veterinarian, or maybe it's a cosmetic surgeon, okay, and they say, we want to spend a little bit more time, so we're going to make on DRTV a half hour available for them so they can break out and do a half-hour show on their subject matters, similar to what we're doing with you. We're doing an hour show with you.
Right.
But now, once that gets into the cycle, we start running these things over a period of time, and the folks at home get to watch them as they play, and possibly during times that they may not need it today, but tomorrow they may.
So, and there's a website, your KPVM website, as a way for them to basically log in, and actually, can they go right to the clip? Can they, they don't have to watch all of that?
Exactly. The ultimate, what I'm really thrilled about is it's not just RF, radio frequency television. It's also going to be stored on our website at kpvm.tv, and the tab has not been made just as of yet, but it's going to be made real soon. And on our website, you'll go to kpvm.tv, and when you go there, you'll see a tab that says DRTV, which stands for Doctors TV. Underneath that tab, you'll see two boxes, and the first box will say seminars, the other ones will say House of Health. And if you go into House of Health, you'll go in there and you'll see all the current doctors who are airing on the station right now.
Oh, good.
And then you'll be able to go in and see their 5-minute segment. And if they have a half-hour show, you'll be able to see that half-hour show on the web. So you're watching TV, and all of a sudden you catch the tail end of something, you come on at the end, and you'll say, if you miss any part of this program, you can go to kpvm.tv, go to the DRTV tab, look for the doctor of your choice, and you can watch the full video in its full length.
Yeah.
Okay, and that way too, somebody at home that might be maybe in California or Arizona or Portland, wherever, they can say, hey, I just saw this video about this guy, he did this, which might help somebody with their family outside of the area too.
Exactly, they can share it with them.
Right.
It's kind of like a YouTube for House of Health.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is. And then the second part of the program is we have seminars that come into town quite often. And Dr. Reiner, I cannot tell you how many times I hear these seminars that come to town, and they're very poorly attended because people can't get out. They can't get out to go see them, or it's at an odd time. So what we want to do is we want to go videotape them. And when we videotape them, we want to bring them back and then put them on the air. And for each seminar that is aired or recorded, it will air 12 times in that same month. So somebody will have 12 times the opportunity of watching that seminar again. Well, if you go back to the DRTV website, which is KPVM TV, DRTV tab, and you go on there, and you remember you had 2 boxes. If you go to the left-hand side, you're going to see seminars.
Right.
And you click on the seminar, and then you can go down and look at the seminars, where they were, when they took place, and just click on the one that you want to watch and watch that entire seminar. So if it's about, if our vets are in town and they want to talk to our vets about cardiologists, cardiac, they can. They surely can talk about that. If they want to talk about, if it's Medicaid, they can talk about that. We also want to get into some areas to help people at home because, and this is no offense to you, but let's just say if you're at home and you're having medical problems and your expenses has exceeded your budget and you can't afford to pay that. How can you work with the medical professions because your insurance isn't picking up all the expenses that it could? And let's face it, I mean, this industry is so messed up right now that it's hard to get paid. If you are a medical practitioner and you've got people coming in to get the copay, and then they turn it into their insurance, and the next thing you know, your copay is applied, but yet there's still insurance only covered 30% or 40% of that bill, and there's still 80% of that bill that's owed to the doctor can't be paid. And if somebody gets really sick, that can be in the thousands of dollars.
Oh, absolutely.
So, we're going to bring on some different lawyers. We're going to bring on some different professionals, accountants, to how to negotiate, if they have to. I mean, if it comes down to a negotiation and they can't afford to pay the claim, then obviously what is another alternative? It's not a way that we really want to go, but it's help.
Yeah, well, it's all part of the puzzle about, it's the access to health care.
Yep.
A lot of people don't go to the doctor because they're afraid of what it's going to cost them. And so, they sit at home or they use homeopathic methods, and consequently they create more of a burden on the healthcare system because they actually get sicker when
Right.
they could get in their access to healthcare. So making people aware of what is out there in the way of services and ways to tap into grants and money to help them get their health care could be another exciting aspect of this whole piece. So not only is it getting health care, but you might be able to see something that might be able to help you. It's all about information. Knowledge is power. And we're going to go to break here in just another minute, and then I think we'll come back and we'll pick up the discussion about that and any other subject we want to talk about. So we'll be right back, Pahrump. Thank you for tuning in.